Livestream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma, where we're playing on the Hermitcraft server. I'm having audio issues on the computer today. Oh wait, you can hear that now, can't you? Okay, what? Oh, all I had to do was click on it and now I can hear it. Huh. Yeah, well, I've had some interesting audio issues that I figured I would need to restart my computer to fix. But I need y'all to tell me if the stream's okay, right? Because I don't know if it's going to affect the computer putting the stream together and sending it to Twitch. So the issue that I had is really weird. I uploaded a short. I opened the short just to check on it. And couldn't hear any audio. So I opened it in a different browser. Couldn't hear it on that one. I opened it in a third browser. No browsers on my computer will play audio from YouTube videos, not just the short. And, oh, my game's frozen. But, wait, yep, no. Pfft. My game's completely locked. That is very bizarre. Okay, the game's okay, right? So maybe there are issues on the computer. I don't know why that. They might not be related. Let me go fire up another one. Huh, logged in and it crashed. You can hear me, that's good. Yeah, and so another little thing I noticed. A couple of times recently I booted up my computer and the microphone is muted by default. And the only way to unmute it is to load up the Beacon app, which I usually don't have to have running. It concerns me when these little issues start building up, one here, one over there. Anyway, no YouTube video will play audio on my computer at the moment, and I figured restart the computer, hopefully it's okay. There's probably some little program under the hood that's had a bit of a quirk, you know? But I don't want it affecting other stuff, so good to know that the stream's okay. And Al says, why did you do that to Scar? Just I felt like doing a classic old school prank and having a little bit of fun. And you know, not every idea. This makes two breaking sounds. Da-da, 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 da-da. I mean, if Minecraft was a game and streaming was an environment where I get distracted, I start talking about something, then start talking about something else. I didn't think breaking blocks could do that. But it has distracted me because now I'm noticing there are two sounds for when the top and then the bottom breaks a little later. Huh. What if we just break the bottom? Oh, same thing. Same thing. Yeah, so I just decided to do an old school prank and send it, right? Don't think about it too much. That little thing where he said little green army men just stuck in my head for ages, and I thought let's follow it up, you know? So if you're watching on the second channel, or if you're live right now and you're not aware, I've uploaded a prank video and a short, turned it into a short as well. Billman68, thank you for 106 months, by the way. Thank you so much, my dude. We also got True Supernova with the Prime between the streams. Thank you for the amazing support. It was very funny, says CJW. I'm glad you thought so. Had an absolute blast with the beginning part of this Hermitcraft season. It's been a lot of fun. And may the fun continue. So I'm kind of like eyeing up a whole bunch of different projects and things that we could do next. There's like a list. But I think the thing that I really want to do most is probably start building some buildings outside. So I figured today we would just go mine for some resources and start getting prepared for that. Maybe even build a contraption or two. It depends on how much time we get. Or how quickly we get things done, you know. But at the beginning here, while people tune in, I just thought I'd mine a few blocks. We'll read some noises in the ear and we'll drink some tea, because I've got a hot cuppa. First cup of the day. Just spent the morning doing some errands, and then And then I edited that short because Scar suggested it. He said, why don't you make it a short? I thought, alright, okay, do that then. Hey X, when you give all of the copper golem spear, it really fits the army vibe. Well, it takes quite a bit of time to give them a spear. So, you know, it wouldn't be as impressive that way. Mama Bear 67, thank you for 35 months. Ishan is here for 9. That is a Twitch baby. Play the animation. Thank you very much. Elias Spezzi, thank you for 5 months. And Sana Escava coming in with some gifted subs to Jade Lilith. A Digital Eyesore, Green Bean, Flambara, and Dehaniri. Probably butchered a name or two there. Thank you so much, Sana, for your support. Sounds like we've got a hype train going. Let's roll out the hype train. That is a lovely warming my hands cup of tea right there. Is it okay if I sit and chat to you for a minute while I warm my hands up? Silver Varg, thank you for 63 months. Happy Saturday, everyone. Yeah, it's Saturday today, isn't it? The last week has just been mad grinding. I just feel like... Oh. Just that it's gone by... December has gone by so quick. I've been loving this so much. This season of Hermitcraft. Yeah, we got On the Fritz coming in with gifted subs. Hey, thanks so much. Thanks so much. Yaro666, Dev Zero, Low Maximum, DJ Skylar, It's Sleep. Thank you so much. No more matcha. I'm gonna have a couple of matches over the holiday. I want to take them to my parents for Christmas and get my mum to try it because my mum hasn't tried it yet. She came to Japan and enjoyed the matcha there. This is your first season watching me. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Welcome. I'm in 11 seasons. There's so much history, right? There's so much history. Where's Biffa? In my comments section. I saw Biffa in my comments section. That was a good surprise. Pleasant surprise. You had a mince pie the other day. Or today, even. Yeah, I had a mince pie and custard the other day. I'll have one over Christmas again. Eversdrew, thank you for your generosity. Coming in with a donation. Much appreciated, my dude. Choo choo. Yes, the hype train rolls. It rolls, rolls, rolls. Chibi loved the Green Army prank. I'm glad you did. Do you know what? I just went like absolute madman mode, right? It was like, I woke up, I did some prep or something in the morning, and then I did my workout, my cooking, and I came to the computer, and it was just like non-stop working on that prank, doing all the placing, getting all the flashback files. And then I went and did my second workout, had another meal, and then literally after that, all evening, no guitar, no time for that. I did my piano practice. I do that because it's not as loud. Did that late. But yeah, all evening, just non-stop editing. And I got so sucked into it. So I love to hear that people enjoyed that video because that was a real just like passion project. Canned soup, my accent is a British one. And thank you for the kind words. Your cat is joining the stream, lovely. You know, not all viewers are human, let's say. Yo, what's going on? Crazy, level 4 on the hype train. Peeps, I appreciate it. I appreciate it ever so much. We got Mary here for 2 months. Apples Forever subscribing. And Sana of Scarva. Izzy Bub, Nature, Lauren, Raptor Sama, Real Amara, Taylor, Poopy Buttman, Questendrin, Steve Ferdy. Did we just get some more? Yo, Cowboy Cords coming in as well. Yo, the gifted subs are flying in today. If you hear your name being read out loud, be sure to say thanks in the chat. Araveal, Avian, Blowout, Araku, and Zeus. Sana, Cowboy, thank you ever so much for your generosity. I hope the peeps in the community appreciate it. To those that do not know, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, this is something we wanted to do. Look, Decan of Heaven in chat. Remember to join us on LPMT if you're like. Yeah, we wanted to, I wanted to I mean, we had this idea, brought it to the community. You know, I wanted to really support the community around my channel a bit more, because in the past it started out as a thing I was very involved in. I would be like on my Plot World server every day, hanging out with peeps, making redstone contraptions. And over time, how I spent my time changed and drifted away from the community a little bit. And then recently, I was sort of reevaluating things and thinking like, how can we make this community have more people join, more active, more togetherness, etc. And so we decided, like, let's lower the bar of entry. And there's a lot of like gifting subculture on YouTube, so let's let those people come and join. So we made it so that any type of Twitch subscription will let you be a part of this community. Now, you may not even be thinking about it, but like, if you've been gifted a sub, you could then go, well, I could give it a try. You know, if you ask in the chat, they will they'll hook you up. Digital Chaos's LPMT is so much fun. Check out the Winter District, everyone. Maybe we will go there today. I don't know. That's the other thing I was about to say to the mods. If you could be so kind as to line us up a tour today, we definitely want to hop on there. Dagoth Jurg, thank you so much for resubscribing. And Cowboy with another gifted to Molly Plays. Thank you for gifting that sub, Cowboy, again. Appreciate it. Canned Soup, but actually, says, I only discovered Xisuma as a viewer from him being Mumbo's neighbor this season. So glad they're based near each other this season. Hey, yeah, like, Mumbo's base is just over the other side. I can walk through that little cave and add into Mumbo's area, you know. Silvervarg loves the tour segments. I do too. It gives me some inspiration. It's nice to show off what people are up to. If I weren't doing YouTube today, no Minecraft or anything like that, what would you be doing? I'd be making music. I would just be working on piano and guitar and drums and just doing music stuff all day. Thank you for putting up with me not doing much in game. I am really enjoying this tea. It's good stuff. To warm thy hands and whatnot. Am I gonna prank someone again? Oh my god, look. We just did the prank. I just, the idea got stuck in my head and I wanted to pursue it. And that was the simplicity of it. It was just that inspiration, follow inspiration. So it's more about like, hey, what am I going to get inspired to do next? And then follow that, which I'm already really inspired to do more of my building. I've really been enjoying building. The only thing is, I can only really do it in creative mode. I'm not a survival builder, and I don't think I will be. It's too slow. It's too cumbersome. There's even things in creative mode that I feel like could be a little faster. Because there's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of like shapes that you've got to mess around with, and then there's colors and there's textures, and like you go back and forth and you experiment. Maybe you do that enough, you start to not need to do the experimenting, and maybe it's easy in survival. But for me, it's always in creative. And I don't particularly like talking about it when I do it either. I like to just build and think. So I've been doing off-camera creative building, you know, and it's been really fun. Do I use tools like Axiom? I do, yeah, I use Axiom. Item Swapper is my favorite. Item Swapper is my favorite. Yo, we hit level 6. Incredible. Voron Yakot, thank you so much for subscribing. Much appreciated, and hope you're enjoying the stream today. It's a Saturday morning. On the weekends, we stream in the morning. Tomorrow, I might do it a little different, but I just don't know. I'm going to get up, see how I feel, and maybe even take a day off. I don't know. Probably not. I'll probably stream tomorrow. It's I won't be able to stream Tuesday, I think. It's like probably tomorrow, Monday, and Wednesday, and then maybe a Boxing Day stream, but probably not. I don't know. That's kind of it for me this year. Then I'm gonna take some time off, as I like to do over the New Year's. Oh, by the way, a little bit of a mystery, right? So, Scott found my horse. I brought it back to my base, and then it disappeared. And I half wondered if maybe I brought it in this way and hooked it up here. So, I brought my horse back to my base, and then can't find it. Wondering, did it, like, you know, I leashed it up, but did it wander away anywhere? Anyways, let us go chop down some trees. We're gonna visit a desert. We're gonna get terracotta, sand, and sandstone. I need all of these materials. And another thing we can do is a little bit of tree chopper, you know. I'm gonna grab the wings for travel as well. Maybe a shulker box or two, right? That would be a smart thing. Houdini horse. Yeah, like, dude, it literally has just, like, vanished. I'm wondering, is someone playing a joke on me, or did I do something and forget that I brought my horse somewhere? It just doesn't add up. Doesn't add up at all. I don't know. Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate it. Hope you're all enjoying the stream today. Yeah, these are all filled up with eggs now. They're literally just there so that, you know, like the whole starter farm area vibe is like gonna cover all the different creatures, even though we have our own little chicken farm. I guess you could say that one's an egg farm. Jevin is indeed the other only hermit online, and Impulse, but I think they're both AFK. You're more of a survival builder, but while limitation of build palette is great, it doesn't get as cohesive as Creative Hand, and rebuilding is annoying. Yeah. Rebuilding, that's the one right there. Rebuilding. You have to do a lot of that in survival. It makes it extra slow. By the way, I'm going to rip out these tree farms here. I'm not really happy with them. I think trees, they block lines of sight, right? And the place that I might put them is up on the treetops, on the hilltops over there. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm not really sure what the plan for this is. At some point, I might even build last season's general purpose wood farm again. But hey. Impulse is AFK, for those asking. Prank Jevin. Do I do one prank and now everyone's going to ask me to prank? Is that how that works? Is that how that works now? You do one and it's like, that's it. Yes. Do I have to become the server's prankster? I mean, I could invade Jevin's pirate ship with little green men. Who knows? I think with pranks, you got to be creative. You got to be smart and like come up with something fun. And little green men is kind of on the old school side, right? Like it's gonna just don't think about it too much. Just go spam that block. There are times when block spamming though is smart. Like last season's Happy Ghast. Do y'all remember that prank? Right? I knew that spamming that would be magical. I couldn't have guessed it would have been that magical. But you know, every now and then, doing something en masse really works well. So much whimsy. Whimsy has become the word of the season, I think. How many copper golems was it? 1,700. I did put that in the video. I mean, it was technically over, but like I didn't actually count. But it would have been around 1,700 or more. The moment they all erupted was one of the best moments in season 10, says the Life of L. Yeah, it was magical, right? Like that one I knew would be special. But as for oh, look at my stats. Well, the thing is, I've been placing copper golems a lot this season, so I guess we could like. I always click options, right? I always click options. I think used counts as placed. There you go, 2,000 so far. Mine 2,300 of them. That does have a pose next to it. Huh. Is that a vanilla thing that you can click on it and just leave the tooltip open? Huh. I kind of wondering if elsewhere in here there might be a different pose or something, but probably not. I don't think it tracks different block states like that, right? It's a lot of golem places. It is, yeah. You were just watching the Season 10 stats overview video. That video almost didn't happen. Like, I just didn't want to do all the number crunching again. But then someone automated it. And when I saw that website, I was like, oh my god, of course. Just like, why was I like searching through all these statistics one at a time, trying to find interesting stuff? I should have commissioned that. Plagiatus would be able to create something like, because Plagiatus created the initial tool to let you analyze the statistics, right? But at the time, I just didn't think about going a step further and putting it into an interface. I was doing it all manually in spreadsheets. I was like rummaging around looking for statistic names that might be interesting. And so when the Season 10 one rocked around, I was like, I don't think I got the energy for this again. Like the thing with having traditions and being, you know, the person that does that video every so often is that there's like a magnetic pull to doing the same thing over and over again. It's like, this is my thing, I've got to do it, right? You don't have to. You can break the cycle if you want to. So sometimes that can kind of like rope you into doing stuff when you're not really feeling it. And I wasn't feeling it, and I'm like, I'm sick of like forcing myself to do stuff for YouTube. I'll do it if I want to. I didn't want to. I left it alone. Then I saw that website and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Now it's really easy to look through at everything. All right, I want to make the video now. This is going to be really good. So, yeah. Break the tradition, says Anti-Brint. Yeah. I mean, there's probably times and places for tradition. But having done YouTube for this long and been a content creator for this long, I've said it several times recently, I'm just at a point where I feel like I got nothing to prove to no one, nothing to prove to myself. Well, actually, I don't know if that's the same for myself. Because it's not about it's about not letting externalities influence, right? Not being like, oh, I have to do this thing because YouTube. I think I used to have my bed in here and somehow it got moved out. I'm going to take a quick... I'm going to zip by like this because it's nighttime. I don't want to wander around and get creeped. I'm going to go grab a bed. So yeah, I've got like... I don't have to chase a YouTube algorithm anymore. Like, I'm over it. So it should just be about what I want to do. And I want to rock right now. I'm Rob Bass and I came to get down. You've been watching the Xisuma Says videos. Oh, cool, cool. I don't really make those anymore, but glad you're enjoying them. You find the texturing in that hallway amazing. Yeah, I think at some point I want an excuse to do more of this somewhere. Like I think I need to get a picture in my head now of like what the next stage is. But I did have a bit of an idea. With the copper arc coming to an end, I could, if I wanted to, ditch the mineshaft part. I'm not sure if this thing's going to turn out quite how I wanted it to. And I don't know, like maybe the moment to do that has passed. If I tore this thing out, I could just kind of build more of these tunnels to places. That was sort of going through my mind recently. Because something in this game that I do a lot, and I think y'all can probably relate to it, is you get a bit ahead of yourself with your inspiration. You start to like plant seeds everywhere, but you can only let like one of them grow at a time. And I've just been feeling like with the Copper Golem project, maybe maybe I've gone, like, I've set too many things up to do in the future. And then when the time comes around, now you're inspired to do a bunch of other stuff, right? So maybe we change something about that. But here I am again, just like going in all different directions. We were talking about the statistics video. So somebody out there made a website out of all the statistic files. That made it into just a really great way to browse, find the interesting bits and like stories about the season. And so I made that again. Made another one. Oh, Rainbow, thanks for hooking us up with the tour video stuff. Appreciate that. And it is the Winter District. Let's get some Winter District hype. We'll get some Christmassy inspiration in a little bit. What's the plan after I've done with the copper golems? I'm kind of thinking I'm going to come back. I want to open up 2 shops over here, right? I've pretty much done the building that's going to go here. Oh my god, I can't wait to see it. Pretty much done the building there and the one that goes around the corner. Those are sort of like close to the finish line now. And I've been really enjoying the building process. And I'm going to build a bundles shop, I think. Like better bundles. By the way, I recently put an anvil in here. And there's probably more little tricks. And I'm going to sell bundles like this. I've been thinking about interesting ways that you can buy them and sell them. So I really want to lean into that. So we might do a little thing with a couple of shops. And I think... I mean, this is staying with me all season long. So it doesn't feel like it's an early game shop, right? Like sometimes you want to get ahead of... Like some things have a bit of a priority. You need to get them done early. I'm not sure that is one. The other shop might just be a general redstone shop where I sell repeaters and stuff, because I'm going to need a lot of that stuff this season. And I'll end up building the infrastructure for it. And so I might as well sell that stuff on the cheap. Help other hermits do their projects, right? So I'm thinking those 2 builds could amount to like our next couple of beats, so like throwing up a couple of shops. The other thing I'd like to do is really lean into the Nautilus stuff. Going to do some Nautilus raceway action with Cubfan, and could lean into that. Now, this leads me onto a little story. And, you know, here I go waffling, and I'm like, I feel like I need to pay more attention to the chat. Let's read a little bit of chat here. Dan Metroid Arnold. I have not waxed myself yet, funny enough. I've not waxed myself. Who knows what will happen. No, it's fine. Ignore us. You started to use bundles, but you haven't organized them. So far, they are glorified trash bags. Just look at that. That is not a glorified trash bag. That is a utility box. That is, I don't know, 12, 13 slots of useful inventory space inside of one. That is what the bundle is for. It's just, you know, you have to like stick with it and experiment a bit, and then once you start using it, you're like, oh, this is great. This is great. This is a help, you know, and you want to stick with it. Anyways, so I'm thinking about what to do next. Like, I've got a bone meal farm that I want to make. I kind of need to make a villager farm so we can get wheat automated, build the little, what do you call it? The mud factory where you turn dirt into mud. Like, get those things together for building, which is, you know, part of this idea over here. So I've got incentives to get those things going. But today I did a little bit of research into a farm that I built in Season 7. And it's kind of funny because I have like the vague memory of this farm being built. And I actually thought it was Season 6. And then I remembered, I'm pretty sure I did a live stream a long time ago where we investigated creating a farm for farming bucketed fish, including pufferfish, I believe. And I found that live stream. I couldn't listen to it. I was very curious. I was like, wonder how I sounded. What was I talking about? Because this is back in 2020. I was like, what was I talking about back then? But the audio on my computer is messed up today. I can't hear YouTube videos, so I'll go back and check that one out another time, right? Anyway, I found it, and that helped me find the location. So I don't think I actually ever built the bucket farm. And I might want to do that this season, but the more I think about it, probably no need to, because I'm after a Nautilus for this Nautilus Raceway. So I need to build a Nautilus farm, and it might be that I can adapt the one that I found, because what I built was actually a general fish farm, and it's really clever. The way it's done is you find a spot to AFK underground. So imagine going down, and imagine that big old sphere around you where mobs can spawn, right? And you're at a point where, like, a river, I mean, I was kind of hoping there'd be one nearby, make it a bit more visual. There's like a tower over there. What is that? Let's leave this here for a second. Just pick up these blocks. Just wander this way a little bit. Maybe if I go up the hill, I can point, and it'll make a little bit more sense. So, like, imagine there's a big spear around me, right? And as I go higher up into the sky, like, a portion of the sphere then covers a small amount of the water area, but not the whole lake, right? And the same is true if you go underground. So the farm that I built, I stand in a particular spot, so only a small part of the nearby ocean got loaded, and I dug out, like, what was like the size of a chunk and created like an alternating magma block, like a checkered magma block floor. So the columns going up, every other one would suck a mob down into it, and the other one would allow it to spawn. So as soon as, like, fish and possibly Nautilus spawn, they will move, and then they will get pulled down to the bottom of the farm. Now, this farm will also kill them in the process of doing that, which we don't want with the Nautilus, but there might be something to it. So I'm glad I went and looked it up. It's got my brain ticking over. So if we do something Nautilus related next season, or sorry, next year when we come back after a break, I reckon building a farm like that might be the way to go, you know? Several farms running at once. If you build several farms in the same location, then you may end up doing that, but it is a farm for fish, basically. I think squid might not work in that one because they resist the pull of the magma block column. But I saw bone meal in there. Oh, I kind of need bone meal. There was a lot of bone meal in the chest. Do you want to go see it? Should we go see it? Chat. We can go look at it if you want to. I just realized I'm talking about it. Like, there's no harm in opening up the world and showing you, right? Like Doc's farm chunk this season. I don't know what Doc's farm chunk is, but it's not a farm chunk. It's a farm that I built, right? I built this farm. When I said chunk, I just meant I dug a hole about the size of a chunk. Okay, well, chat clearly unanimously wants to see this thing. So let's sleep away the night, so when we log back in, it's not a hairy situation. And I'll give you the gist of where we're at with this thing. I guess it's not actually not yet. It feels to me like it's either one of the mods or a recent Minecraft change, because they did change a lot of visual stuff with fog and that. But it feels like you see more of that moody nighttime roll in, and I actually really like that. I really like that you get a more of the morning and the night when you go to the bed. You get to feel a little bit of that light difference. In the past, I didn't remember feeling it as much, you know. Weight of Desire, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. Let us now go into the Season 7 world. So I had this vague memory of what world it was, and I thought it was 6, and then I managed to figure out it was 7. Okay, here's the AFK spot. This is where I logged out because I was just like, that's definitely the AFK spot. Right, time to move on. Pufferfish. More pufferfish. Tropical fish. Raw cod. and quite a lot of bone meal. Quite a lot. All right. Now, you can see that this is away from where the farm is. That's the farm. And, you know, I couldn't remember everything about this project, but I'm pretty sure this is it, because it makes sense. Like, why is this spot here highlighted? Why is the storage, you know, brought from the bit where we collect the items all the way over here? So I'm pretty sure that's rock solid. Now, as we go up into the sky, I now know what this is. Do you see there's a circle here? How did I not spot this earlier? Oh, look, and there's that hole. That goes down to the AFK spot, okay? I had to fill in all of the water of the swamp. And the sphere... Oh, actually, I don't know. Like, why didn't I fill in... Oh, I know why. Okay, so you got to imagine the top of the sphere and it getting wider as it goes down. That's why I didn't fill in these bits, because the spear is like underneath here, right? But then when you get down to here, it's going out as far as this spot. So that means that creatures can spawn in there. And they spawn in the columns that have the pressure plates, right? So if they spawn there, they'll move and get pulled down by the magma block. And then the magma block kills them and the minecarts pick up the stuff. That's what's going on there. This is really simple to rebuild, right? And it could actually be an obscure bone meal farm. But in order to make it work for Nautilus, we have to find a spot where they can spawn. And I would specifically, I need to farm the zombie Nautilus and the coral zombie Nautilus. That's what would make this worthwhile. So I need to investigate and find out what biome they spawn in and what part of the world. Can they spawn lower down in the world like that? If they don't, we might end up AFKing up there and doing a similar thing with the sphere cutting into a small portion here, right? Badrino says this is high-level wizardry. It's, you know, it's pretty standard mob farming stuff, but I think it's just novel because you don't normally go to farm these mobs for any reason, right? I needed lots of pufferfish. We happen to need pufferfish for brewing or breeding Nautilus, so it gives us a reason. And I'm also in need of bone meal at the moment, so it might be kind of fun to do this first and then have a trickle of bone meal come in, you know? Stellian, yes, Nautilus farm. So, how can we adapt this to capture the Nautilus for us? I'm not really sure. Because you need the magma blocks to pull them down, but then you don't want them to take damage and die. So, I have to give it a fair bit of thought as to how I'm going to do this, right? Any suggestions are welcome, of course. Aren't Nautiluses kind of rare? Exactly, that's why building a farm means you can capture that rare moment when they do spawn and then collect them. Oh, Anna has pointed out that the zombie Nautilus will be spawn ridden by a trident drowned. Potentially a reason to farm them is to then get tridents as well. You know what? I'm going to say this, but I might not follow up on it. But like, if I take enough notes, there might be a lot worth investigating and doing a creative stream here. You know? Hagabas, good morning. Welcome to the stream. How long have I spent on Hermitcraft this season? I've been pretty obsessed. I've leaned into it pretty hard so far. It's not a squid farm, although I think squid can spawn in there. That being said, there's no... Is there an empty column here? Like, why would I have pufferfish twice? Did something break? If it did break... Pufferfish, nah. Apparently not. Apparently this isn't a squid farm. But it kind of feels like it could have been. And, like, a bit odd that it isn't. Yo, Tilda MC, thank you for 29 months, my dude. Much appreciated as always. Would there be a way to capture them before they reach the magma? That's what I got to figure out now, right? You can't do something like I thought about creating like a layer of separation with signs or something, like the water is suspended, but then you literally need it here to pull them down. Do you know what? An idea just popped into my head, actually. A couple of ideas. I am going to noodle on this. Let's take some notes together, because we've just like established a fair bit of stuff here, right? So so the Nautilus farm. I always spell Nautilus in a really strange way. I put a H in it, and then it just like throws me off when I write it. So what did we say? The coral reef and Do you know, it's actually a little tricky to like try and take notes while you're thinking about what you're going to say. We need to figure out what the actual zombie Nautilus spawn location is. I need to figure that out. Would trapdoors work? Depends how you use them. You can't just put trapdoors somewhere and expect them to work. Yeah, okay. Atrad, thank you ever so much for the prime. Appreciate it, my dude. What were the other big things? I mean, that was the main one, was figuring out the locations of those. I mean, I could write down can't use magma, but that's pretty obvious. Perimeter might be in the sky. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna take notes. I've written like 2 things. I don't think there's actually a lot of notes to take. Like, a lot of this information is like pretty obvious in my head. And if we did a creative session working on this, I need to come to it with a few ideas in advance. Now, the one idea that's popped into my head is that we can now waterlog rails. So, if we can make them sink because of downwards flowing water, which I'm not sure they can spawn in, right? But if we could make them sink and then have minecarts pick them up, which would be dodgy because they could end up stopping like this very easy. Oh, apparently there's 2 on that track. And then that one there stopped? Wait, and this one here stopped? What's going on there? There's 2 on the track and they like seem to stop there. Huh. Very odd. Stopped again. Just was going fast and then it was like, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Anyway, like, if you can pick them up, then you need to detect them, right? We'll do it. I think we'll do a stream where we investigate. I think that could be a lot of fun. Just need to think it through a little bit, have some ideas. The other thing I will say is that around the time that I did this in Season 7 was when I designed, in Creative, a farm that you bucket fish with. I need to go look at that farm again, because that's a farm that brings them to the player. There's the idea. So we're trying to bring them down in this farm. What about bringing them up with soul sand, right? They can, yeah, that won't hurt them. That's okay. I reckon we've definitely got the potential to do something really fun with that. So I'll probably do some more prep and then we'll have some fun doing creative stuff together. Do y'all can we do a poll if possible? Bear suggests do they move towards the living pufferfish? They do, and that is a note worthy of writing down. Because it might be handy to have the player like AFK with one in hand. Okay, Callie, awesome. Poll. What are we going to ask? Just need to word it correctly. I think I just want to. We'll word it like this. Do you mind the occasional creative redstone stream? Or creative farming stream? Creative building? Engineering? I don't know which word to go with. Engineering sounds like the best. Classical penguin, you get them in range of the pufferfish using soul sand to bring them up to the player. So that would be a build it in the sky, so no need to build a perimeter. You're taking advantage of the biome that you build your water chamber in, and you bring them up to you using soul sand. That would be the general gist of it. Mind them, I want them more. Oh yeah, so like yes, no, and maybe more as well, or never. Those are the extremes, right? Yes, no, more, and never. I really like doing it, but there's two problems with doing them. One is that you will genuinely, I will be less productive because you'll be distracted. I do a lot of redstone engineering, and I've done a lot. I built a moss farm the other day, but I kind of know I would not get this done if I was streaming. But at the same time, being a content creator, you kind of want to share the process. You kind of want to do your engineering and let other people experience it. So maybe it inspires them or gives them some ideas. They can learn something. You know, so it's like, it's a bit of a balancing of scales. It's the same with a lot of content as well. It's like, you do a lot in this game, and you kind of always want to share it. But then when you go and make a video, you got to edit. You got to cut out the stuff that isn't really worth it. And I noticed, like, one thing I'm trying not to do is to talk about plans, because usually you get to this point as a creator where you know you're a bit tight on time, and you kind of wanted to do more, but you feel like, do you know what, now I've got to get my episode out. So you start talking about, oh, this bit over here in the base, I need to do that bit over there. And I've been thinking how I don't think that's great content, really. Like, someone might watch it and be interested in your plans, but I've noticed sometimes you never get round to that thing that you keep talking about. So I've been trying to do less of that. I've been trying to tie up all the loose threads. I make note of when I do say, later in the episode we're going to do this, and I make sure I do it. That's going to be my thing this season. And so I forgot why we started talking about this, honestly. You're here to be distracted, right? Says Ender Owl. Well, I'm here to share. Like, live streaming is sharing, but the thing that I'd like to share is, let's say, myself in optimal flow of, like, you know, doing redstone, engineering a contraption. But by streaming, you will take away from that. So you can't do it 100%. So it's like a compromise. 4, you love the way I do my videos. Thank you. I love to hear that. Two votes don't want it. Insane one-sided poll. Yeah, so we're looking at literally 2 votes, and everything else is like, yeah, we're good with it. Sweet. Okay, well, I think it's pretty settled. We'll probably do that. I really need to find... Let me make another note, just in case I forget. I don't want to be trying to do it midstream. I need to find the world... Yeah, find that world with the AFK bucket farm. Also, if you go to YouTube and search Xisuma 2 bucket farm, it just comes up straight away. I was so pleased because I thought, oh man, I'm going to spend ages searching through old live streams trying to figure out where this world was. And I thought, well, I should search first, you know. Typed in bucket farm, and what would you know? It's like, here you go. Here's that video you're looking for. Saved me a lot of time, that one. Alrighty, look at this. Is that all of it? We cleaned up everything, yeah. Getting rid of it, don't want it anymore. Might as well take this as well, actually. Expansion at the moment, I want to build a cocoa bean area somewhere around here. I need to come up with something to fill in that space, I think. And I want to put in some like fields of these over the back here, right? But not today, not today. Also, what's in here? Bamboo. Bamboo. That's another farm I want to build. See, like you just, there's all this stuff to do in the game all the time, and it's so distracting. That's why I decided to keep it simple today. We're just going to come here and gather some resources. That's it. If we have time, we might do a little farm thing. I might build a villager thing. I don't know. What time is it for me? Crabby Animations. It is almost 11 o'clock. Almost. I could really do with another cup of tea. I really fancy another one right now. I have taken breaks on stream before to make a cup of tea. Maybe today is that day. I don't know. Do I deserve another cup of tea? Not sure. Chat's all like, tea break, do it! We want silence! Let me just grab that one block and that block. Because those can go into bulk storage. And that'll bypass... Sorry, that means this thing and all the rest of it won't get activated. That's why I do that sometimes. That's why I put it in there. Alright. Let's head around to this portal here. So yeah, we talked a little bit about like plans for next season. The thing is like, there's still stuff to do around this base. Next season, oh my god. Next year. You can tell I'm definitely having a break, right? Like, the way I'm talking about it, it's just like, it feels like another chapter, or like, you know, something like that. But yeah, it's just next year. Gonna have a break next year. We're gonna come back, renewed energy and stuff. Not that I'm lacking any energy for this, but I'm kind of excited that I'm not just plowing through, right? Like, there's a break in the middle of the excitement, because that's normally not how things go for me. It tends to just be like full steam ahead until there's no steam. So it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. But yeah, the new year is a new chapter. So I may have said season on one too many occasions. Is there another husk back here? No. Okay. This is where I stored a husk. I was just wondering if I left one here. I couldn't remember, but no, I haven't. Camel husk, you know, new mob. So when we come back, like, I'm going to be starting new projects, and I'm a little concerned about, like, there's still lots of little bits around the base that I'm looking at and going, oh, I could do something here. Oh, I could do something there. I need to find all those, like, loose ends and tidy them up a little bit. By the way, I think on one of my builds, I was going to... Oh, do you know what? I forgot to check for more iron. Because I was thinking about building a beacon out here. But, wait a minute! Not only is there already a beacon... That looks a bit weird over my shoulder there. Not only is there already a beacon, possibly two, you only need a small beacon base out here. Brilliant. Brilliant. I forgot about that. You only need a small base if you're doing terracotta, right? So yeah, I think one of my builds, at one point, I was using some of the orange sand and the orange sandstone. They should add some orange sandstone generation into the world like they do regular sandstone. So you can just get a lot of it, because it always feels like you get loads of red sand and it's a little harder to get. I mean, yeah, this stuff generates like 1 deep as well, so it's definitely a bit on the obnoxious side. It is shears, right? They grab these? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Well, here's the dealio, people. Let's make sure we got our bed as well. We're going to grind for some resources now, which means chitty chat time, but I would like to make that a little more involved, you know. We can have a bit of a conversation. So we'll have some, like, Q&A chat time. But in order to achieve this, I'm going to have to boil the kettle and produce myself a second cup of tea. Oh, he's gone off the rails, this Xisuma chap has. He's having 2 cups of tea? Oh, what a mad lad. What if I made myself, like, a flask of tea? And then I could just top it off? At the computer. That's hilarious. That is hilarious, the idea of having a flask of hot tea. That amuses me greatly. Wait, Rainbow pointed out this red sandstone right here. Is there? Red sandstone doesn't generate in the world, right? Or if it does, it's in very small... Where does... Oh, there it is, yeah. Oh, wow, okay, yeah. Why did I think it didn't generate in the world? Just maybe in very small quantities. Where else do you get red sand? Like, there's this biome, right? And then it seems like where there's an overhang, it replaces it with the sandstone, but I don't think there's... Is there another place where it generates pretty reliably? Not sure. Desert Temple? They're not red sand. Desert Temple's always yellow. Oh, unless it's part of the build palette, right? But I wouldn't classify that. I mean, like, a spot that you can go to and there's reliably lots of it that you can scoop up. That kind of thing is what I'm thinking. Someone clearly came through here and scooped up all the red sand before us. But anyways, ooh, haste and speed. I like the speed. That feels kind of EFO-y to me. Putting down a speed beacon as well. Like, in Hermitcraft history, when I go somewhere like this to mine materials and there's a haste beacon, there's usually only a haste beacon. And when I put one down, it's usually only haste. It just feels like an EFO thing. EFO would be like, I'm going to mine this stuff, but I'm going to make it so that I move faster too. Can you do on-screen chat? I can, but I don't. I choose not to. I just keep it kind of clean. Right. We will continue with the mining and gathering of the resources in just a moment, because people, right now, I'm going to disconnect. I am going to go make myself a hot cup of tea. I feel like I want to... Oh, let me amuse you. Right, we've had some amazing support today, so... Which one is it? It's this one here. Okay, so I want to make sure I press the right button. I'm going to go make a cup of tea, but stick around and enjoy this. Oh, that was smooth, wasn't it? That was so smooth. Oh, shoot, what did I just do? Oh, shoot, I put it into full screen. What the heck? Oh, and now it's back. That's probably screwed up the stream. I'll find out when I get back. Oh, right. It looks like you can still see the stream, which is good. I'm back, by the way. Did you already know that? Oh, you're smart. You heard a voice. He's back. Clearly. Yeah. When I picked up my cup of tea, I accidentally pressed a button on the keyboard and it full screened the game. And I was like, oh. Hope that doesn't break anything. Yo, the friendly cat. Thank you for 5 months. Hey, and we had some noises while I was away. 310. Thank you for 3 months. And Russellwood, thank you for 35. Let's get back into it. Have I been keeping up with the Ashes? No. I don't follow cricket. Yeah, I like sports. I don't really enjoy watching cricket or hearing it on the radio or anything, really. Not a cricket guy. Is there red sand in the trial ruins? Could be, could be. Anyway, I should stop gathering this because I'd like to have a little bit on hand in the base, but because it's got like it's a bit rarer. It's got like this draw to it, like, oh yeah, look, red sand, let's gather it. And then like end of season, you haven't used any. Quite conscious of how, like, at the end of the season, sometimes you have loads of resources left over. And it's like, you spent time gathering those and then you didn't use them. You know what I mean? One day we'll get renewable sand. I believe in it, says Chimera. Did you know that Mojang has hired a new, like, lead dev or some sort of role, like head of yada 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 for Minecraft, right? And they said that they were, joining the company and that they're going to be head of Minecraft Vanilla. Right? Now, I have a question for you. And that is, what is Minecraft Vanilla? And you know how the Minecraft community absolutely loves to clown on Mojang any opportunity they get. I have a feeling they're going to clown on them straight away. Who is this Mojang you speak of? Mojang are the company that developed Minecraft. Vanilla is your favorite flavor. It's great. Vanilla is awesome flavor. It's a really good base for other flavors as well. Like when I do my homemade ice cream, vanilla pretty much goes with anything else really well. What about Minecraft strawberry? Yeah. I go to clown on you for saying Mojang. Well, I'm saying it the way it's pronounced, so good luck with the clowning, I guess. Oh, I'm going to warm my hands. My hands feel cold. Neapolitan Minecraft is the best. You think Minecraft Vanilla is anything Bedrock Java that's not Minecraft Marketplace based? Yeah, well, here's the thing, like, when, as players, we will say vanilla to refer to the vanilla game, which generally means, in my head, Java unmodded. But these days, we're so used to, using mods. There's maybe some things that we'll say as vanilla, and then you forget that, oh, actually, I got a resource pack on, or... Like, that line has gotten a lot blurrier, right? Like, resource packs, data packs, mods, they're so much more accessible and tolerated compared to the past. So, the term is, the term is a term, and it's maybe not as clear-cut as it once was, but... There isn't a game called Minecraft Vanilla, right? There's Java Edition and Bedrock, and so internally at Mojang, is there a position that they call Minecraft Vanilla, and what does it entail? It's kind of strange because, okay, there's someone who's the new head of Minecraft now, but they refer to it as Minecraft Vanilla, and then that makes me go, where's the official thing where we use the term vanilla? It's very much a casual term applied to lots of games, not just Minecraft, right? If a game has modding, we tend to talk about vanilla as being the unmodded. That's a very common thing. So yeah, it's just got me wondering, like, wait a minute, where, like, what is this officially? You will lead a multidisciplinary team that is directly responsible for evolving and shepherding the most successful games of all time, Minecraft. This team is responsible for the vanilla Minecraft game, Bedrock and Java editions, and is the creative engine behind all of Minecraft's game updates. Mojang job offering. Oh, okay, so the person who got the job, yeah, then referred to it as Minecraft Vanilla, and it's been referred to internally as well. Chimera, great stuff, man. We got an answer now. We got an answer. So they are like internally referring to the game as vanilla when they talk, and they specify Java and Bedrock. So that probably means they're the head of these games, and you know, what does this say again? Evolving and shepherding. That's essentially like a broad game design overview, it sounds to me like. So we may see some stuff change. I don't know. It's actually super big. Everyone working on Minecraft in Stockholm location will report to you. Wow. I was thinking of mining like in this direction. This might be like the edge where the beacon beam cuts off, like here. That's why I moved to the left. Yeah, that is really big. I mean, everyone working on Minecraft in Stockholm reports up to you. That's the entire Java team. So, like, there is someone new directing the direction of our game now, big time. According to the Minecraft wiki, redstone sandstone generates at noise cave entrances in badlands biomes, which is just where we were, right? And I was saying, I had this feeling that they didn't. Maybe in a previous version it didn't generate at all. And like, just so happens something changed. Maybe in like the Caves and Cliffs update, they did a lot of generating stuff then. Yeah, I think we're out of beacon range when we stand here. I think it's when we go, yeah, there you go, there's speed, and then the other one. That's how it works. Yeah, I don't think I actually need too much more, you know. Got a fair bit in there. Like, I'm not doing a mega build with them or anything yet, you know. It's just, I just thought I'd come over here and gather some. Alright, and if you need some lava, there's some lava. What happened to the rod on my head? Yeah, what happened to the rod on my head, people? What happened to it? Huh. Dunno. It's still there for some reason. That's really strange. Oh, look. That lava pool is twice as large as I originally thought. There we go, I'll take all of that. I think that's that for that one. Let's go get sandstone and sand next. Also, I kind of want to climb the hill and see where the beacon was built and like what else is around here. Also, I should collect some of these while I'm out and about. Why not? I reckon they should make these craftable with sticks. That'd be nice. You know, there's this aspect of the game where, like, should everything be farmable, right? And it's easy to say yes. If you've played this game a long time, you'll remember that there were some materials that were like, yeah, like mossy cobblestone. It was like super rare. So to build with it was like, you had to go explore really hard for that. And then farming will replace the whole explore for rare thing for your build. But they've introduced some stuff recently, like armor trims. You don't farm armor trim, really. I think they can find more things to bring into the game that you explore for that are not directly related to building and aesthetics. then I think that would be a good way to say, like, okay, like we added this other thing that you're going to go explore for. So now we'll give you farmable dead bushes, and you know, then they add some more armor trims, and it's like, all right, there's a trade-off now. Let's give you farmable sand. And maybe that would be a good direction for the game, is to like actually move towards letting you renew all the aesthetic stuff, but then making them more reasons to go and explore. That would be cool. Also, with this new person joining, I pray I pray with every fiber of my being that they will take on the problem that is the Minecraft inventory. Oh my god. Can you imagine if we got that? If we got that change in direction where they're like, we're gonna fix the inventory, and you're like, oh my god, they're listening! They're listening! At long last! Armor trims finally gave diamonds a reason, but I still can't flex my chest plate with wings on. Yeah, that's interesting. Diamonds in this game have become so much devalued, I think, over time. Like, it's so much easier to play and do a lot in the game with just less time put into diamonds. I mean, I played this game before mending. Like, your tools would run out and you'd have to go make new ones over and over again. It's crazy to think. Can you imagine doing that? Like, you do your little, I've got my tools together at the beginning of the season, but then you have to do that like every couple of months, or maybe even like more often than that. Like, how quickly will you go for an entire pick? What age did I start doing Minecraft streaming videos? I've been doing this for like 15 years basically. 14? Is it 14? It was 14 in September, I think. Not streaming, making videos. Streaming came a little later. So it's never too late to start a dream, says Dovey. Oh, okay. You just hit on something right there. You just hit on something. Yeah, it is never too late. In fact, my attitude, I think, in life is like, if you're alive, you know that saying, tomorrow is the rest of your life, right? It sounds cheesy, okay, but I think it is actually brilliant. It is a great way to think, because as a human, your experience, you have the magic of being able to learn. You can learn skills. You can get good at stuff, okay? The older you get, the further through life you are. It's true that your capacity to learn and develop skills diminishes from the point you're at, you know. But it doesn't go away, right? Unless you know, there's some exceptions. Maybe you're 90, 100 years old, right? But like, let's say you're not there. You're like 80, 70 or below or whatever. Like, you have the capacity to grow within you, learn something, or even grow physically, you know, get more mobile. And it's about what you do with your time. You can get physically fitter if you put the time into exercising and running or whatever it is, right? Now, if you do that when you're 20, you've got big gains in front of you. Big gains. You know, you can learn all sorts of skills, knowledge, you know, do physical stuff, get faster at running, lift heavier weights. It's easier when you're 20, right? But it doesn't go away. There's always a better you just around the corner if you put the time into something. As you get older, how much better that is, yes, it shrinks. Yes, you don't have all the time in the world to do everything, but you can pick something and do it. So if you have a dream of doing something, it's what's this? Dick Van Dyke is the best evidence of staying active all your life. Just hit 100 and going. Oh, is he still? What's he up to then? What's old Dick Van Dyke? Wasn't he in Mary Poppins, right? Tell me more. Tell me more. Because that's me. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get to live to 100, but as I get older, I've seen people age around me. I know that I will be doing my stretches for as long as I can. I will continue to lift weights until I'm lifting 1 kilogram weights. I will go for my walking until maybe it takes me, you know, an hour in the morning to just get ready to go for a short walk. Like, I just want to keep being at that kind of like, that, you know, fit and active for your age, without not talking about going crazy and running marathons and pushing yourself over the edge. I'm just, I know that I want to keep that physical aspect of like maintaining the body for as long as I can. And I don't know why Smite, I got a reply to your message there. Being ripped is not necessarily being healthy. Just so you know, and like, it doesn't mean you get to live to 200. I mean, some people living today, there might be technology that comes along, right? And we get longer lifespans. But I think realistically, with what's around today, if you do everything right and you got the genetics and you're lucky, you can live over 100. We've seen that, you know, and it might just become a bit more common. And he wants to go to the gym next year. It's one of your goals. Keeping myself healthy while reaching my dreams. Do it. But I always say, don't go like, I mean, this works for some people. They can just go and do it. All right, now I'm a gym person. I go to the gym every day. I prefer to look at things like, this is your lifestyle, and build habits that are sustainable and maintainable. You know, routine and habit. We are all creatures of routine and habit, right? Sometimes those habits and routines are just bad. It's like, you just got a habit of not doing anything, not going to the gym, right? Like, so don't like try and be someone else all of a sudden. Just start moving in that direction. That's the advice I would give. It's just like, develop the habit of going for a walk every day. If you don't currently right now, like, that's a great starting point. It's something simple. Just go for a 10-minute walk every day, right? That can become your habit. That can become your routine. And then a little bit of time goes by and you can start walking for 15, 20 minutes. And then, you know, a couple of years down the line, maybe you take up running. But like, I think that's far more sustainable approach. Anyway, let's go back to like the original thing about tomorrow is the rest of your life. Like, if you have a dream that you want to follow, you should just go for it. There's no reason not to. Okay? And part of like going after that dream might be failure. But that's okay. Like, don't be afraid of failing in life. You can learn from failure. It can help you grow. It could be a good thing. And he used to work out, now you do jogging, it's fun. Yeah, find what works for you, right? And then keep at it. So, your grandma goes out for a walk every day for 2 hours. Oh, that's awesome. That's a lot of walking. Jason says, Arnold Schwarzenegger had a recent social media post about routine being more important than motivation. It is. It so is. I don't really... I tend to... Like, a lot of what I do does not start with motivation. It starts with routine. Even, like, playing Minecraft and stuff, right? You might think X is always, like, inspired to come up with these builds and stuff, but, like, it doesn't start there. It starts with, like, this is the time of day where I now sit down and do this thing because that's what I've decided to do with my time. And then once you start working on it, the motivation and the inspiration, that stuff comes later. But getting started, the routine, the habit, that's where the real magic is, you know? And because we are creatures of habit and routine, it's quite a powerful thing to leverage. You'll be good with a routine. We like it. We like those grooves. We like those patterns and those rhythms. So, like, use it to your advantage. You know? Habit stacking. I read that in a book. It's an interesting one. It's like, you know, when you brush your teeth, maybe do a deep squat at the same time. Like, go on then. I can do that while I do the other thing. That's not one of my habits, though. I do a fair bit of deep squatting throughout the day. I just whenever like my hips start to feel a little tight or something, like I've just got a few like stretches I go for, and like a deep squat is a good one. You started to take your health more seriously 1.5 years ago. Lost around 40 kilograms. Congratulations, that's a lot. Ate more healthy, stopped smoking cigarettes 120 days ago. Learned that if I can put my mind on it, I can do stuff. That is awesome. Absolutely you can, yeah. And keep it going, dude. That's awesome. For me, frisbee golf was the best way to start walking. Roughly 2 hours per day, 2 to 3 times a week in a wooded terrain. And you're distracted by the sport, so you don't even think about how much you're walking. Dude, I really want to play frisbee golf. Does it have another name? I've got a weird feeling it has another name. When I was on holiday in Austria this year, I saw they had frisbee golf nets. I recognized them. And I went up to them, and they had like a name written on them, but I can't remember if it was frisbee golf or not. Disc golf. I think that one was called disc golf. And is there a name for it where someone's like combined the two words together? That kind of rings a bell too. Some sort of like combining of the names. Disc golf is the proper name, but most know it as frisbee golf. Interesting, interesting. You had a New Year's resolution to do 6,000 steps every day this year. You missed the 1st and 2nd of January, but have done it almost every day since. Yeah, and like, don't get hung up on that. Like, it'll happen. There'll be days where like you miss out, but it's about like constantly getting back into it and keeping with it. Congratulations, that's awesome. So yeah, who was it who, I know they had a blue username, but whoever it was who asked like about chasing their dream, what's the dream you're thinking of chasing? Another thing about chasing your dream, right, is like, I'm going to just equate this to YouTube because I can speak on this. Obviously, you ask kids today, what do they want to be when they grow up? A lot of them say YouTuber, right? And a lot of them couldn't tell you what they want to do on YouTube. Right? They're just, I don't know, they're just dazzled by those numbers or something. And so some dreams are like imagining a destination and thinking it's great. I would be wary of that. I think the journey, it's not about the destination, it's the journey, you know? As a YouTuber, as a Twitch streamer, it's not about like how many subscribers I have or how many, you know, Twitch followers I have or viewers or whatever. It's about how I'm spending my time. It's about the journey, you know? So if you have a dream, the dream really is the journey. And even if that's like learning a skill, like you want to one day be able to play guitar like so-and-so, it's, well actually it's going to be all the stuff that gets you there. That's got to be part of it too. Because once you get there, once you can play it like that person, right, it'll be normal by then. And it probably, you know, it'll probably be the same thing as the first learning steps. You just have to pick it up and play. You have to get there. The real dream is the friends you made on the way. Your dream is to make movies. Awesome. I mean, that's a very big dream, right? Because being able to make a movie, I'm assuming like, let's say Hollywood level, I mean, that's big. If you're thinking director, if you're thinking of being like the person in the chart, like, you know, the visionary, then that's like it, you know, an even smaller pool of people that get to that very rare place, right? But like making a movie can be many things. Like, you know, it could be a cameraman, a writer, a script, you know, an acting. There's lots of different aspects that go into movie making, like set design and stuff. So like, wherever it is you're at on that spectrum, like think about all the steps that go towards it and realize that the journey to that place and the act of doing it, that should be where the passion is, right? Because I think it's very easy to imagine, oh, I'd love to make movies, but then you're picturing the end result, right? It's a little bit like critique and negativity. It's very easy to do. It's very easy to imagine, oh yeah, I'll, you know, have my movie idea, you know, you'll see the poster on the wall with my name on it and these actors will be in it, right? but maybe less thought to thinking about all the steps that lead up to that, like how you'd have to develop certain skills and, you know, learn to write, learn to direct, and like how deep does that go and how far does it spread out? How many skills have you got to learn, and all the time that goes into that stuff. So if you understand the scope of your dream and you realize that, like, I want to do all the little steps that lead up to the big thing at the end, you know, it's not about the destination. It's just about developing your craft and homing in on what it is you want to do, and that's super important, I think, because having dreams that are like based around a goal of I need to be like #1 or I need to get here, like, basically the math works out that like the odds are really low for most people, right? Like the odds are just low with a lot of stuff. Usually because we don't dream about, you know, working in Asda. We dream about being a movie star, you know? Pancake says, I dream to be a fictional author someday, but I know that I have to work hard towards it being successful. Yeah. And like, if you're not doing anything towards it right now, just try and carve out a little bit of time. You'd be amazed at how like little time, as long as you just do it every day to go into something, can really add up. Like physically and mentally. Like physically, a little bit of mobility training. Maybe you've got stiff hips, or there's like a, you know, you can't stretch your arm over your head, or I don't know, some little thing that you can work on every day. You just put 5 minutes into doing those little stretches and whatnot, and like it adds up over time. Then you get that flexibility. Then you can do that thing, right? Like learning an instrument, that's like physical and mental. So, you know, you'd be surprised. You put 10 minutes of practice into playing an instrument every day, and it'll add up quite quickly. And then maybe it's writing. I would say that's, you know, that's basically mental, isn't it? So, you know, you might have all these ideas and stuff, but like if you just did a little bit of writing every day, you would just be learning things, getting the gears turning, and you could just develop that skill from there, you know? You want to be an animator, but AI is ruining it. You know, whatever's happening with AI, it doesn't stop you from animating, right? Like there are technologies, sports, all sorts of things that have gone away with time, right? Vintage photography comes to mind. I don't think it's the best example, right? But like, you know, developing film with, what do they call it? Well, this is film, I just said it. Yeah, developing your photos on film, you know, in a dark room with ink and stuff and all of that technology, that used to be the only way to do it. Then we have digital cameras. Now, you know, why would you do that? The amount of people that do that has gone down because it's not a necessity. But you can choose to do it despite there being an alternative that is easier, right? So like you can ask the prompt, the AI prompt to animate for you, but you still have the choice to do it yourself. So I don't think like I don't think you like want to let the external world tell you you can't do something, right? Because you can totally go, you can still animate. Like there's nothing stopping you from animating if you love doing that. Lots of famous fashion photographers still work with old types of photography for literally Vogue, etc. Interesting. Yeah, maybe there's still like a charm to it that works. Like the old technology still sort of looks a little bit better in print on a magazine or something. I don't know, but that doesn't surprise me. But for the average person, you know, I think there's probably a lot less people looking into how to develop film because it's just so much less of a necessity now, right? That'd be my guess. I could be wrong. Hey, what's the noises in the air? No, wait, we haven't. Oh, it just... Oh, never mind. It just all refreshed on my other screen. And then I was like, no, it's the same ones. Never mind. Do I not have another shulker box here? I don't have another shulker box. I'm self-employed. It's taken years to run a successful business, so I agree it's the journey you have to plan for and enjoy, because the journey has been my life for the past 10 years. I'm actually a photographer. There you go. There you go, yeah. It's all about like how you got there. What am I working on? Just gathering resources. You started volunteering at a zoo, and now you've made it far enough to get a full ride scholarship to study wildlife biology in Thailand. I don't know how I'm here, but I know it's a long process and one that people told me would never be possible. There are always opportunities out there. It is important to seek out the ones that don't make it to your doorstep. That's some really good advice right there. There are opportunities out there. I feel like I get the impression that a lot of young people today are feeling like society isn't offering them up opportunities, and I would personally agree that it feels like things are harder. Sometimes that can be that rosy tinted, backwards looking nostalgia, where it's kind of easy to like imagine the past being better, but then maybe you forget about the horrors. You know, like looking backwards can have like maybe a little bit of a positivity bias compared to a negativity bias that we also have, right? I remember a mate of mine sort of talking about like, oh, wouldn't it have been great to have been born in the 50s and you could afford a house and have a car and all this stuff. And then I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, but like the car that you would buy then, like back in the 50s, I mean, driving around in winter, it was probably pretty awful in a car. It didn't have like heating, or maybe they did. I don't know, but I know there was like less technology, less luxury there, and the same goes for like medical health, and then other things as well, where like it's kind of easy just to focus on the good stuff and forget all the thing. Yeah, seat belts are optional, says Ender Dan. There you go. You know, like just with the car, actually, road safety standards were lower, and the amount of incidents that used to have were higher. So like, anyway, it's easy to look back and sort of imagine things being easy or not, and like I would just say, don't waste your time with it. Like, you're here now, make the most of what is here right now. You know, don't waste your time getting yourself down about if you feel like you know you haven't been given the same opportunities as a previous generation, because if that leads to inaction, if that leads to you not doing something, then that's actually missing out, right? You should take whatever shots are in front of you and go for it. Because nothing will ever be given to you, and if you're in a harder race than people had it before you, you're still in a race. You're alive. You've been given a life. You know. Take your shot, whatever the circumstance. In America, the government does free exchanges to countries for a full year. Flex and CBYX are amazing programs, but no one knows they exist. This is how I learned about my passion. Oh, interesting. Oh, for any Americans out there that were like, say what? Free exchanges for countries for a year. Flex and CBYX. Maybe give those a look up and learn about them. That's interesting. I'm assuming that's for students, but yeah. I also learned this in professional therapy. Learn to think in what you want or can do, not in what potentially makes you can't do things. Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good way to think. Like, there's this idea of like the tree of possibilities, the infinite, endless other things you could do in your life, right? And how you can then start to think about it as like a negative thing, as like, oh my god, all these things that I can't do with my time, all these things I could have been. And it's like, you got to remember that the tree sprouted in the first place for you to branch off and have a shot at it, you know? Like, you get to do something. That's the positive thing. It's not about all the other things you could do. I mean, you could spend all day writing a list of just things you could do that you never will do, but like you got to do something. You've got this time, so like use the time. Yep, don't burden yourself with too many positives or too many negatives. I wasn't thinking in terms of quantifying. I was thinking in terms of like framing. So like we can all imagine that yes, today you could potentially wake up and run a marathon and I don't know, just all sorts of stupid, fantastical, magical stuff could happen today, right? You know, you could buy a lottery ticket and win the lottery, or like just let your imagination run wild, right? Some people get a bit tyrannized by that you know possibility, and they get hung up on the what if and what I could have been and all this kind of stuff, and not realizing that like you have that tree of possibility, all the different branches and directions it goes into. The miracle is that you get to make those choices. You get to make choices about what you're going to do in your life. And sure, there's a million different ways it could go, but you get to pick. That's the beautiful thing. You get to choose. Look what happened to accountants after accounting software in the 80s, says Air Daddy. The history is full of like, you know, technology comes along, changes things, and people lose their jobs. It's kind of how things work, you know. Disruption, and then, you know, new people move into those spaces and new things emerge. Where am I going? This way? Annie! You gotta go. See you later, Annie. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you coming by and hanging out. The opposite happened. There were more accountants afterwards. Even people speculated accounting would die. Oh, really? It was the opposite. I heard a similar anecdote about something recently. I can't remember if it was related to AI. I don't think it was. Actually, it was related to AI. Yeah, okay, so it was something to do with... okay, so a lot of the talk around AI focuses on the generative AI, right? There's a lot of really good uses of AI when it comes to like scientific research and having it help you like grind through tons of information and whatnot. And I think it's radiologists. I think they take scans of you, and they have to look at the scans and you know, analyze and then prescribe you some sort of treatment, this kind of thing. And people were predicting that with the AI coming in and doing those scans, that it would a lot of radiologists would lose their jobs. And actually, the amount of jobs has trended upwards because the field has become so much more proficient now that they want to employ more people because they can now serve more people. So like the demands got up because the whole process became more efficient, right? So like things don't always move exactly how you might expect them to. AI can also be used to analyze massive amounts of data for psychology research that is impossible to do by humans. Yeah, research is going to be very, very handy for. I've used it to do some research myself. I've just been lazy. I've just been like, I'll let the chat GPT tell me what to do. It just says, oh, I've got to what? I've got to put my stick my hands into the oven, put your hand into the fire. Say what, chat GPT? Plug a fork into the socket on the wall and turn it on. Okay, yes, sir. You know, you got to use a little bit of your critical thinking at the same time. All right, that's the joke. That's the joke. Don't forget to use your own critical thinking skills at the same time. Like I used it to help me fix my cooker when it locked itself, or I locked it without realizing. And it's like, if it had told me to like hit it with a hammer, I'd have been like, nonsense. But it said, press these two buttons together and hold down. And I went, yeah, that's not going to do anything wrong. But what would you know? It found the answer and it unlocked it. So, not so bad. Not so bad. I want to see... Do I have wheat and bread? I think I kind of want to prep to build a farm and maybe even start building it. I think I might need a bunch of seeds. That's fine because we've got loads of those lying around. It's wheat and bread are the resources I want. Kind of thought I would have had some bread left over. It's just bread, isn't it? What about wheat? Taking all the wheat as well. Okay, we'll go outside then. AI is used to diagnose cancer early. They took scans and might predict where the cancer is starting to form, even when the human eye can't see it. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard about that as well. It's amazing stuff, right? You want to get into psychology and become a neuropsychologist because it's something I've been new, says the Purple Pickle. I really like neuro... Oh, I'm not sure if I'm getting the words right. Neuropsychology. In the past, I listened to like a lot of podcasts with, I believe I'm saying it right, neuropsychologists. It's like looking at psychological and human behavior through neurology, i.e. scanning the brain. And like you learn all these interesting things about like, oh, if you do this and think about that and or engage in this behavior, this part of the brain lights up, that part of the brain lights up, right? Interesting story for you. There was a guy, and I'm sort of like rephrasing the story. I'll get you the gist of it. I might not get the things exactly down, but this guy started complaining a lot about having trouble with mood and like negative thoughts and really feeling unwell and like they might harm themselves or someone else, right? And they were going through this with their, I don't know, therapist or doctor or someone. So it was kind of documented that this person was really struggling. And then one day they very sadly killed a bunch of people and then themselves after complaining about just feeling like, you know, their moods and all of this stuff in themselves changing, right? Now, when they did the autopsy on this person, they found that they had a tumor in their brain, right? And so the theory is that they think that the tumor in the brain was putting pressure on regions of the brain and changing this person's personality. And that is wild to think that your personality and therefore your actions can be influenced by the arrangement of the matter in your brain. But supposedly, that's what happened in this incident. And there's a thought that goes along with this that is like criminality and ill behavior and making bad decisions or, you know, acting, doing something horrendous in the eyes of others or whatever, right? That could be linked to a brain state, part of your neurology up there. And maybe in the future, as we understand more of the brain, what if there was a drug that could stop you from murdering, right? Or stealing, or like, you know, like it probably sounds very dystopian. Might to some of you sound a bit far-fetched, but, you know, we have this like example, and it's not just one example, there's other examples in this field of work where like a brain tumor caused someone to do this horrible activity, and we do research on the brain and we can see areas of it that light up and respond to different types of stimuli, etc. So like, imagine with more precise devices of measurement, more knowledge, more intelligence, you know, that's sort of like the trajectory of the future, isn't it? We learn to measure things better, we create better tools, we learn more, we're going in that direction. So like, could the direction there be that we start to understand things like criminality on a different level, which involves brain chemistry and possibly solutions to that brain chemistry? There's already like CRISPR technology, I believe, where they think in the future they're going to be curing disease and stuff through through being able to edit your genetics using CRISPR. It might not be CRISPR. Like, it could be something similar to that. There's a show called Psychopaths about that, though, where criminals can be detected on the thought process and violence capabilities, etc. It's a drama show, anime. That sounds super interesting. Right, we're gonna go to the villagers, chuck them some bread so they can breed. Then we want to use a workstation to pull one out, but ideally I'd like to pull out a fresh villager. So I might faff around with some rails and a minecart. Might as well just take all of that. And I say faff around because it'll probably be a bunch of faff. I feel like that's become... Okay, we got whimsy and faff, I feel like, are a couple of words that have emerged into the Hermitcraft vocabulary this season. Crafting over here. You know, I made 2 minecarts, so now that I think about it, I definitely need 2 villagers. Oh, and workstations is the other one. What does whimsy mean? We were talking about this the other day. For the longest time, I thought whimsy was a bit more of like a sad word. Like a kind of light-hearted sadness. There's maybe a little bit silly, not too serious, but that's the nature of language, right? Is that we all interpret things differently, you know? But no, whimsy is actually... Whimsy is like happiness. Let's see how much iron we got. It's alright. I haven't really loaded the area much. Okay. I don't have any torches. That annoys me. I need torches. I'm going to pinch one from here. I'm going to pinch one from up there. 2 is probably not enough. I'm going to pinch that one as well. Maybe even that one. Yeah, we'll survive. Alright. I'm being economic. Okay, let's look in there first. Oh, is it that time of day, is it? So, should I sleep with them? I don't know. Oh, I could do with an axe. Right, this is why I love the bundle, because just leave that there and you got access to all those things all the time. Now I've got access to all these things all the time. Yeah, we'll take that. We've actually only got 2 farmers in this room. I've just realized that all the rail stuff doesn't really mean much right now. The reason though that's good is because now I can do that, and they should take those professions up. X, have you used an electronic drum kit before? I'm looking into getting one and I've not played in 20 years. Yeah, I've got an electronic drum kit. I was playing it a little bit over the summer. They're really good. Read some reviews, do a little bit of research. You can't really go wrong with it. I think it's a pretty matured technology, for lack of a better phrasing. Right, so yeah, I want to breed these and get a villager, a new one or 2. And you know what? It's based on beds. So, like, I can only have 10 of them in here, if I'm correct. Now, I could go get more beds, but, like, there's room for a few more. So, I think it's kind of struck me as being a bit of a waiting game here. Is that it? Is that all you're going to do? I reckon I should make a little bone meal farm for wheat, so I don't have to keep punching those fields. And that way we can get more bread in here. I kind of don't want y'all coming over to this little bit here. I know what y'all are like. Yeah, it's kind of a waiting game, actually. That's disappointing. I guess the other thing that I could do is a little bit of prep. Yeah, we can do prep. I'm going to get my camera account on before I log out. I just want to leave that area loaded now for the day, so that when I come back later, hopefully there will be a couple of fresh villagers to greet us. Just going to load up the camera account. Rainbow. I don't have that. I don't think. I don't have that set up. Dang it. Maybe I can get it set up. Let's see. Let's see. Actually, yeah. Might have just seen your message. Yeah, it's not too bad to do, actually. Now I think about it. Unless... there it is. Okay, then. Right, where is my camera account? It is not near to this area, so I need to do that. I can tell you that we haven't got a new villager yet. I don't see a baby one. Right, going to leave that there. Let's go ahead and log out. We're going to do two things. Right, minimize. Let's go check on the stream. Right, so I have a button for this. That didn't work. Still didn't work. Interesting. Huh. Normally that trick works. Why would that... Oh, I think I know why it doesn't work. Oh, no. So if I do it myself manually on the program, right, it changed. If I do it using my hotkey that does the same thing, for some reason that doesn't work. Very odd, very odd. Okay, so we're going to go to the Winter District. It's a community area. And it's for people to come and spread a little winter cheer. They got some events taking place on the server, like Secret Santa, an advent calendar, and snowman building competition. Anyone can come build a wintry thing through the warp portal. I mean, just hop on the server and ask, right? There's also an ice boat track being built. Awesome, awesome. All right, so this is the wintry... Oh, it's so adorable. Rainbow, when I read what you said, it gave me an idea. Oh, I get a Christmas hat. Lovely. It's a flat Christmas hat. Oh, and we got noises in the air, which is perfect time to say, if you have been gifted a sub, if you have a Prime subscription over... goodness me, the timing. Oh, what just happened? I think we just had a mega sub bomb. Harv Rambai, thank you for the Prime. Terpinator, thank you for the Prime. If you want to come play on this server, just ask in chat, they'll hook you up. Brilliant. Right, Cal something, thank you for your generosity. That is like, I don't know, 25, 30 gifted subs or something. Thank you so much. I'm not going to read everyone's name, so please come back and check. As I want to focus on doing this. But yeah, I think 30 of you just got the opportunity to come play on this server, so 50, goodness me. You know, Cal, thank you so much for your generosity. And I hope some of you people that just got gifted a sub will come check out this amazing server. Okay, On the Fritz is gifting a sub to Sebastian as well. Thank you, On the Fritz. Appreciate it. Oh, look, there's the hats right there. Endless distractions. I can't focus. I had an idea in my noggin. I've got to get it out. Rainbow, if you go look up the latest Vanilla Tweaks video that I did on my channel, they made a competition for designing faces of carved pumpkins, which, we don't have the default texture to look at. Anyway, it just got me thinking that the snowman face, right? Like, you could possibly do like a little design a snowman face thing, right? Autumn knows what I'm talking about. Oh, thanks, Autumn. Like, you know, this is a 16 by 16 pixel grid, and you can create lots of different faces. Maybe you could do that for a snowman. Create like a, because I know Autumn and Rainbow have the tech for like creating custom blocks and stuff. Maybe you could do something like that, like a little competition to bring in your own little face into the world or something. Anyway, totally distracting myself. Blue Jay Thank you for gifting a sub to Sophie as well. Much appreciated. I hope you're enjoying the stream. We just got Hype Train level 7. The Hype Train is rolling in. Oh, thank you so much, people. Right, well, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm supposed to be doing a tour. I mean, there's beautiful, wintry Christmas builds. We've got a snow farm. That's literally the face I was thinking of. The snowman face, right? That is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. That is an 8x8. Like, imagine a bunch of different snowman faces. I feel like 8x8 is a little bit limiting, creatively. Oh. God, they're so cute. They're ridiculously cute. Oh my god. And penguins. And penguins. With Corrales eyes. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. You know what's great about Christmassy areas is snow layers, right? Oh, we got a Christmas golem up here as well. That's so good. Snow layers. I love how they just add like so much like shape and variation to your landscape. We need more blocks like snow layers with different colors, I think. This is a cozy looking interior. Oh, this might be Secret Santa over here. I'm not sure. You get to pull a name. Hey, look at these snowmen. Item frames, invisible ones with items in them to make expressions. That's super cool. Yo, this is awesome. They've already done a snowman building competition. Oh, I love the the eyes. Oh my god, everyone's coming up with great ideas for the eyes. That is the most carroty looking texture. If it weren't so bubbly, I feel like we could call it the carrot block. Oh, dripstone for teeth is great. Lord Frostbite. Oh my god, this is awesome. Right, that's probably the end of that little bit. Oh sweet. Giant copper golem statue, not to be missed. What's inside? I've just had... Ah, I see. I just had a proper flashback to last season when I was building essentially like one of these and using all like similar blocks as well. You remember we built giant statues of these inside the copper shop? Oh, advent calendar with days and... What day is it today? It's the 20th. So behind each of the... So this one opened today? That's so cool. Oh. Oh, little buddy. Huh. And there's stuff on the back? Yo, this is so cool. Who the heck put this together? This is amazing. Just a little build for each and every day. Oh, that's so cool. There's so much like inspiration you can get in here for interiors as well, right? All right, let's keep following the path. We've got a kitty cat. Ah, favorite foods. Get some snacks, get some treats. That's awesome. I kind of want to know where this where's this boat race at? I think it might be down there. And we've got a choo-choo train. The golems are so ridiculously cute with their little elf outlets on. Oh, and it's like the iron golem is like Santa, of course. Of course, it all makes sense. All right, I think down here might be the boat race, maybe? Because I saw a pig in a boat. Maybe not. Where else to go from here? Is there stuff off further along? Maybe those markers are where the ice boat race is going to go. Yo, this roof is crazy over here. Love the roof. The last time I think I did proper wintry Christmassy stuff was season 6 of Hermitcraft, where we had that part of the island that was all Christmas builds. But yeah, this is a server. Let's play Minecraft together. If you were gifted a sub, if you are a subscriber of any type, you can join. Ask in the chat. They'll hook you up. And that was a lot of fun. Oh, there's another one with a different outfit on. Does the outfit change based on pose? Oh no, it's oxidization, right? That's the one that does it. Oh, Rainbow's there. Oh, okay, so oh, it just went down and around the corner to here. Nice. You're not going to get me to actually show how terrible I am at boat racing, are you? Surely not right now. Yo, Cal, something coming in with more gifted subs. My goodness, my dude. That is crazy. There's like another 20 or 30 there. That's amazing. Peeps, come back. Say thanks to Cal if you got a gifted sub. And you can also ask about joining the server. Oh my goodness me, look at this. I kind of want to look at the build and I got a race. Oh, it's very tight angles. Very tight angles. And then scaffolding? Did I just reach all that's been done so far? Oh, I shouldn't have broken that block and I don't know. I think it would have been that type, right? I'll put that back. Shh. Shh. We'll have a look at where this thing went. Oh, maybe I was supposed to go this way? I don't know. There's lots of scaffolding here. Let's go this way. Looks like it continues. Yeah, Cal, thank you again so much, my dude. It's crazy. Apparently 70 gifted subs. Really? Oh! Shoot! I fell for a trap. Down here. Wait, this is part of the race? I don't know what's going on. That's brilliant, actually. Like powdered snow into a secret ice tunnel. Oh man, this makes me want to make my own ice boat racer. Oh, can I go? No, I don't want to go in that way. I was thinking I might be able to go under the slab. Oh, I can't. I'm so bad at this. I'm also not as used to this FOV. Oh, there's the train again. This might be the way to race. Just go slow and steady. At least if you're me, because I'm gonna hit the walls all the time. Very cool stuff though. And it continues. Okay, I'm gonna get off this boat because I cannot control it to save my life. You've reached the finish so far. Hi, Autumn. That's awesome. I guess you make your way back up. But yeah, this is what the community's up to right now. If you want to get involved, I'm sure they'd love to have you. And then, oh, maybe it's no, it's like back to the beginning. I see. Got it. Well, that was the tour. We like to take 5 or so minutes to come on here and show what everyone's been up to and get some inspiration and stuff. Hope you all enjoyed it. I actually now just need to close the window and go back onto Hermitcraft. Oh, Blooming also made a mini game as well. That's awesome, Blooming. Hopefully some peeps will go check it out. We're back on Hermitcraft now. Well, I say that. I was supposed to go somewhere else first, and I think... Do I have a memory leak again? Yeah, I got a memory leak again. Ah, this is... I'm getting so many memory leaks. I thought it was flashback, but I haven't used flashback today, so maybe it was something generic causing issues for me. Okay, reload the game. Should only take a moment, and then we'll get back into it. You love the mini tours. I'm glad you do. It's really nice to have it in the stream as well. It like just breaks things up a little bit. And we can see something a bit different because, when you do a tour, you just see loads of cool builds and things. Whereas when you're playing Hermitcraft, you're usually just like grinding on some project or build or something. Tend not to get that kind of like stream of novelty. But Right, we went into Season 7 earlier. We're going to Season 10 now. Wait a minute, did I throw the thing back up? I didn't throw it back up yet, which is fine because we haven't really seen anything. Okay, I've built that. I'm going to do a lot of this, coming back into this world and rebuilding something. Now, the thing that I want is actually up here. And I don't know if I want to redesign it this way, actually. I think I might go to Season 8 and take the villager farm from there. This one was like a bit of an experiment. Possibly one I could improve because clearly it's got issues, but... It's two of them in the same area. Throwing wheat at each other because their inventories are full and the allays pick up the wheat. The bit I didn't really quite figure out was the best way to do this bit here. Now, if there wasn't my head on the note block, we would hear the note block. And then we could possibly do that. Oh, wait, that blocks the note block sound too. Interesting. Now, that obviously stops the hopper below picking it up, but these could just be like that and do the same thing. And then the hoppers below would pick... Have we just fixed, like... This is that thing about fresh eyes on a project like never before. You take a break for a while, come back to a project, and then you just see the new way to do it. Let's go ahead and get... Oh my god, look at this disgusting inventory of mine. Let's go ahead and take stuff out of here. Take stuff out of there. Oh, I might as well do it this way then, right? This works. At least it appears to. Right, now they're trying to give stuff to me. If I'm not in the area, they give it to the note block, right? That's how that works. And I've got some allays. This is great timing. We could do this. Stop throwing it at me, man! I'm not here. Pretend I'm not here, yo. They're definitely tracking me, aren't they? They're totally tracking me. Game sound is off, right? It says Hand of Clay. What's wrong with the game sound? Oh, you think it's off? Not off as in like offbeat. You mean just off? I can hear it. Y'all should be able to hear it too. No, they don't hear the note block. The note block isn't playing. We didn't silence it. Well done. For some reason... Okay, so there's a difference. There's a difference. A block will stop... See, I haven't solved anything, basically. A block stops the note block from playing. It's still playing right now, but it's playing the sound attached to that head, which is nothing. Well done. Good spot. So we still have the same problem, unless... Like, what happens if the note block is at this level here, right? So if I go ahead and do that, and put that there, and then... That, you see, that is definitely not powered by anything right now. So I'm going to go ahead and move that down. Confirm. Put a block, whoa. Put a block here. Now that's definitely being powered, and this one can be like that. Then maybe you don't even need that. Now, are they going to throw it to... Dang it! Why doesn't anything work? Still don't work. There we go. Will that work? Stop flapping at me. Oh, I think it works. I definitely saw the LA throwing wheat downwards just now. We can make its life easy by throwing wheat over there and then watching what they do. Is it throwing it? I don't see anything dropping. Is it trying to get on top of it? It works! Yay! Alright, we'll use this. New and improved. How's that? We'll go with this farm again. I like that because we designed this one ourselves. And I can put all the lights in the same place and stuff. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 2 extra. So like a 9 by 9 room with 2 extra on this side. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Maybe I need to think through where I want to build it a little bit as well. Like 9 by 9. X 11. So 9 by 11. It'd be 9 by 11, wouldn't it? Yeah. Right. Well, here's what I'm thinking. I don't actually know where the best place to build that is right now. I need to think it through a little bit. It'll probably be fine just going in the warehouse area. You know how this game is? Like, you build the wheat farm, and then later on, you're like, oh, I should have built it next to this other thing, because it would be really useful to have it there. And that's what I'm just kind of in fear of. So I won't rush ahead and do that. Chat's going mental. Well done, chat. Couple of numbers. Oh, I'm freaking out because someone said some numbers. Yeah, so like I'll probably build it in this area. I just think better idea to think it through a little bit more. But we got a lathe here as well. Not too far to transport a villager. Dig out space on the side to put the mud farm next to it. Like, that's a consideration. Now, tomorrow's live stream, I might be doing that, or I might do the Nautilus stuff. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe a mix of both. Depends on how I get prepped and stuff. Iron, thank you so much for subscribing, by the way. If you enjoyed the LPMT tour, ask in chat, they'll hook you up. Your subscription gets you in, as they say. Gets you into the club, yo. Peeps, that's all I'm going to have time for today. I hope you had a great time hanging out. I certainly enjoyed it. I'll be back again. I'm not going to say when tomorrow, but sometime tomorrow. Apparently, no one I know that I'm following, you know, to raid. No one's live that I know. So let's go search up Minecraft, if it will let me. Yeah, okay, that's not very helpful. I can't search Minecraft. Okay, I think it's working. They changed all the raid stuff a while ago. It's not quite how it used to be. We've got someone here building a perimeter. Right, I'm going to send you over to a random channel, Australian streamer, doing some survival Minecraft. I hope you enjoy what you find. I'm going to bounce, and I'll see you again tomorrow, it sounds like. All right, take care of yourselves. Hope you had a great time, people. Thanks for tuning in. And that's it. Bye-bye.